How's it going, everybody? Hope everybody's doing well. We're back in the power saw shop. I want to get right into it. I got this box sent to me. It's unmarked. It says please a lot on it. Please, this side up. So the fellow that sent this is very polite. Us Canadians are known for being overly polite. So I'm guessing this came from Canada somewhere. I'm just messing with you guys. Bucket sent me another power saw to do. Because him and I are just having way too much fun. And so for that reason, I'm in. Anything the man wants me to port, I'll just do it. I'm just having a blast. Good job on the wrapping there, Buckinski. Okay. I'm just gonna, I don't wanna totally destroy this box. I like keeping the boxes that things came in. Okay, well, I don't know if there's a seam there or... It's one of those mystery puzzle boxes, friends. There we go. Oh, I see, he made a box. He made a box from a bigger box. It's custom. What we have here in the... I'm learning and growing and experimenting and just doing all kinds of silly things, okay? And I'm just having a lot of fun. I mean, life's good. There we go. Okay, I see what he did here. He took a big box and he... a little duct taping. If you guys have ever gotten one of his axes, I remember when I got my axe, my wife ordered it for me a couple of years ago. It took me like 20 minutes to get the tape off that thing. It was hilarious, which made it better because the excitement. Okay, I'm gonna put this on the floor and I'm gonna unwrap it. Oh, it came with a safety blanket. Oh yeah. Okay, I see what we got going on here. Yes, sir. McCulloch Pro Mac 850. Full Rappy Dappy. Full Rappy Dappy. This is one of his Pro Macs. Wow. Wow, does this thing have compression? Uber, mucho compression. Okay, so here's the deal, friends. I'm going to bring you guys up to speed on what's going on here. I did that Super Pro 70. That was an experimental saw. I did everything that I could possibly do to make that thing cut. That thing's a cutter, but we need more displacement. I want to build a saw, and Buckins mentioned this on his channel. He wants to fall with vintage saws full time. The 372s and that, you guys notice, I mean, if he's going cutting, he's running an Iron Horse 372. I gotta get new suspenders. These things are unclicking all the time here, friends. Hold on here. Note to self, new suspenders. There we go. Okay. He wants to fall with vintage saws full time. Now, as you guys know, these older saws, they don't make the power of a new saw. They really don't. I do not have access to stuff like this in my area, okay? I just don't. So, I really have no experience with them. That Super Pro is the first and only Mac that I have ported. Now, he sent me this to run. I'm going to run this saw stock, friends. I want to see what all the hoopla is about and really study how does the saw run. I want to feel where it makes its power, write notes, and then we're going to port the living snot out of this thing. I know that Super Pro 70 I built, that thing pulls huge RPM. It's not the torquiest saw though. I'm not sure why. I have my ideas. Those saws are not torquey out of the box, apparently, from what I've been told. Now, I didn't run that saw stock. That may have been an oversight. The thing was, that thing was scored up. I did a ton of work to it, and it's like, it was winter, it was 30 below, and I thought, if I want to run this stock, I'm not going to be able to run it till spring, and I wanted to keep the project going. So I ported it and sent it to Buckin. It's a runner. It's not a big wood saw, okay? I'm getting good feedback from him. From this, you know, if he's bucking 2-foot logs, you know, maybe 28-inch, 30-inch, it seems to be all right. But on the West Coast there, they have big trees. So we need an 82cc Mac. So we have one. Now this thing already, this thing has a lot of compression. He was going to send me that one he's been playing with lately. My suspender came off again. I give up. He was going to send me that one he's been running. That one has the highest compression of any Mac that he's ever run, apparently. But he said the decomp doesn't work. Which makes me think that that saw may have been ported already. And that thing's a runner. So the deal is here, I'm going to study this machine. I'm going to share my thoughts with you guys. I have some ideas about what I want to do to make this thing go fast. But I don't know. I'm really going to study this one and really try and understand what I can and can't do. You guys know that these are a clamshell. They are not easy to port. They usually have huge squish. But again, huge squish doesn't mean low compression. This saw has a lot of compression. So we're going to have some fun here, friends. I'm going to dig into this here and there. I'm going to run it stock with a 32-inch bar the same way he would run it. And, you know, I might even compare it to a 181. Like I run that nice 181 that TK sent us from BC. I love that saw. I'm not sure if this is going to be close to it, but I want to get a feel for it. I think, based on what I learned off the Super Pro, I think I can really make this thing nasty. The extra displacement is only going to help me. But again, being a clamshell, the squish is what it is pretty much on these. You could machine the cylinder, but, you know, unless you have a milling machine and a lathe, it could be pretty dicey. So we're going to work with what we got. In the next time you guys see this, before I even run it, or maybe after, depending on how time works out, I'm going to put a timing wheel on this and let's study the max. I'm going to write it in my book, and then we know where we're at. I'm going to check the squish, but I want to make this thing absolutely rip. And I think we can. And this one's nice and turdy, so it suits the Tin Man style of saws. The mounts are stiff on it. That's good. Where's my other one here? Pull this down. I have some parts coming eventually from the States. I want to do this one for me and study it. This is a ProMac 800. Most people say, and again, I don't know, friends, I'm just parroting things that people tell me. Most people say that these are not as strong as these. These have that Q port in the exhaust. I'm going to attempt to port this if I think it's feasible. I would like to get it running. Ben Shelton sent us this saw, and I haven't forgot about it. I look at it all the time, but it's thoroughly blown up. So once we can get parts, I would really like to do some work to this saw. I have some ideas. This saw has that giant muffler that's underneath here. I don't think this one does. No, see, so this one goes through here. I have some ideas about how to make this go fast. The only way we're going to find out is to run it, study it, time it, and then port the living snot out of it. This saw needs a pipe too. 100% it needs a pipe. It's got that reed pipe on it. Yeah, this is going to be fun. Are you guys excited for this? I am. I would like to build the nastiest 850 possible. But it has to start, it has to idle, it has to run. Buchan runs an 850 from the Iron Horse, one from Bellhopper, and one from Donnie Walker. Those are all good running saws. So, you know, I'm going to throw my name into the mix and see what I can do with this power saw. Anyhow, friends, I wanted to keep you guys in the loop. I got this box a few days ago and I just haven't had time to open it. I wonder if... I'm going to put a little sploosh of gas in here and fire it up. Give me a second here, folks. Okay, how these things run. So, best way to figure it out. So, I've pulled it over 5 or 6 times. I put a little squirt of fuel into the carburetor. And actually what I did with this is I shoved it in there. I left the choke open and I sprayed it into the choke plate and it ran down the carb. Let's try this with no choke and let's see what the deal is, friends. Okay, ready? Okay, let's try a restart. All I'm doing right now, friends, what am I starting with? Is this, do I think I have an air leak? No, this thing runs really good. I have not touched the needles. I think Buchan and I are at very similar elevations, which means the air density will be the same. And, okay, ready? No choke. Helps if you put the switch on. Whoa. Well then, sir. What do you guys think of this? Hey, let's bring you in close. I'm having fun today. I don't know. I really like experiencing saws that I have not worked on. ProMac 850 82cc. Same displacement, I believe. And again, guys, I'm no Mac expert. Same displacement as the Super Pro 81, Pro Mac, or what, 800? Pro Mac 800, 850. I think there's a double eagle in there. I'm learning, guys. So this is what we got. This thing is bone stock. It's got the old school side cover on it. I don't know if that's how these came. I actually prefer these. They're so much easier to get on and off. So let's talk about my initial thoughts of this saw. We are going to run this thing stock. I don't know if I mentioned that. I really want to put this in the wood, folks. I want to see, how does it run stock? Is it torquey? What kind of RPM does it pull? How does it fuel? Maybe I don't like this carburetor. I don't believe this has points, so we don't have to worry about that like we did on the Super Pro. If you guys have had any troubles with your Mac points, right here I'll put a link to when I put the an Oregon ignition module into Bucket Super Pro 70, and that took care of all the problems. I believe this is an electronic ignition saw, so don't quote me on that, but I think it's new enough. Again, we have a lot of compression in this saw. That's what I like. If I have high compression to start with, that generally means that I can jack this thing up sky high. So this is a good thing. You guys saw that I was showing you the throttle. When I poke this thing, it lights up. It's actually quite snappy for an old saw. So I hear this is one of Mac's better saws, from what I read and see. Again, I can only go by what people tell me, but I know Buckin likes these. I think unless you go to like the 125s and that, I think from what I gathered, this is his favorite size of McCulloch, these 82cc ones. And again, they got big wood there in BC, so he needs displacement. Friends, I don't need 80cc's here. Often, I do need it sometimes, but generally I cut with 65 and 70cc saws. Even that 461 that I built, that is a level of power that I don't need. Do I run that thing? Yeah, all the time, because it's just like as you're cutting, right? But I don't need it. A 266 ported is an all-purpose saw here. So the nice thing is, for me, I generally port smaller saws. Smaller saws are harder to port because the torque curve drops off. So when you move into something bigger, you have a little more leeway on your timing because they just physically have more torque. So you can turn them up a little hotter. You do have to be careful though, depending on the stroke. But cool. Well, another project for Buckin. I don't know when I'm going to start this one. Sooner than later. I might be working on 3 saws at once right now because I'm equally interested in all of them. The 590, the 922, which is under the bench here, and this. I'm super interested in all 3, and they're all completely different. What I'm trying to show you guys is I don't know everything. Oh no, I do not. I get a lot of knowledge from a lot of people out there. So you know, anytime I could talk to some of the old timers around, and a lot of these guys aren't old, but they've been around, right? Anytime I could talk to an old timer, you know, like the Iron Horse, Donnie Walker, guys like that, they are just full of info because they've been doing it for a long time. And it's like, you know, I appreciate that. So I'm always willing to learn. I'm always willing to learn mistakes or make mistakes, because when you make a mistake, you learn from it, or you should. And it's like, mistakes are earned knowledge. And that's what I try and show on this channel. I really don't edit my videos, and I really try and show you guys what I'm doing and what I'm thinking. And if what I'm thinking is wrong, that's okay. We're just having fun in the power saw shop. And remember that if you put the time in, friends, you can port power saws. The key is port enough saws for yourself before you start doing them for others, because nothing's worse You don't want to stress yourself out taking a bunch of power saw builds for people, random people. Port a couple of your buddy saws once you have a few under your belt. And once you do that, you'll get some confidence in what you're doing. And then they can run it. And, you know, like for me, I like porting for a faller. These guys live and die on a power saw. They really do. Like, they are carrying a power saw every day of their life. They give me feedback that I will never get any other way. Stuff that I don't even think about. Like pipes. Which way the pipes dump. Whether it'll burn your leg or not. Stuff like that I don't even think about a lot of times because I'm not a faller. I'm a guy that makes things go fast. So, anyhow, friends, we're going to time this next time. And we are going to bar this up and run it. And we are probably going to run a couple other saws that day. I'm excited. I'm all fired up. I love getting a new project. Anyhow, as always, thanks for watching. Take her easy. I'll see you guys in a couple days. Later.